Greetings and welcome to Biological Sciences Combined, which means that this course you guys will get 4 credits because it has a virtual lab incorporated into it. The purpose of this video is to help you navigate the course, make sure that you know where things are, and to explain how things will work for you guys to be successful. I'm assuming that by now you have watched the welcome video, and which I give you information about me. Um, and so you should be watching now this video, which is the navigational video. The first thing to do is if you go to Syllabus, Syllabus will open. That's your that's all the information for this course is in here. And so we're gonna start with the book, which let me explain. So it is actually when you guys go to the bookstore, you will get an access code, and it is 2 access code. Let me actually clarify. You need 2 access codes for this course. So one is for the e-text, which is the book. You will need a book for this course or the e-text. Let me say that again. You either get the access code to get the e-text, or if you rather get the book, you can get the hard copy book. I do not do what is used to be called the Launchpad. Now it changed names to Achieve, but I do not build my course in there. So therefore, if you don't want to buy the access code to get the e-text, you will then have to get the hard copy of the book. But if you want to get the access code, you get the e-text, and then in there you have some practice questions and additional activities that you can actually take advantage to get to understand better. But once again, because this is actually something that comes up, I do not require, my course is not built in the actual Launchpad or what it used to be Launchpad, but now it's called Achieve. My course is built on Canvas. So all of your exams, anything you will be completing, it will be on Canvas. The access code for the e-text is just to get your information or to use the e-text as a resource to answer questions on your assessments, the quizzes, and the exam. The other access code that is a must, this one it is required, is the access code for the labs. This is the access code for the Hayden McNeil lab simulations, and you will need that to gain access to all labs. Once again, labs for this course are mandatory. If you do not complete at least 80% of all the assigned labs, then you cannot get a credit for this course because then it will be incomplete. There is a difference between this course, which is BSc 1005C, which means you have to complete labs, and the one that doesn't have the C, which means it is the biological sciences without labs. So this is a 4-credit course. The one without the labs is a 3 credit. So therefore, you must complete these virtual labs. It is not an option, but it's mandatory. So once you get the access code, the instructions on how to gain access to those labs are in there. And I will come back to them in a few, but let's go down here. Important, no show attendance deadline policy. You must submit an email to me acknowledging that you have read the syllabus and that you understand it by August 31st. That will be Tuesday next week. And so make sure you understand that if you do not submit that email by then, I'm gonna email you and ask you if you are still want to take the class, because if not, then you will be dropped. And the withdrawal policy, hopefully no one will need to use this. This course is really easy if you guys stay on top of things, and that's why I'm doing this video, to tell you how everything works. But I am obligated to tell you that the withdrawal deadline will be November 3rd this semester. And there's information for any help you may need as you take this course. Just review it. Important grading and makeup policy. This course is built with 4 exams worth 100 points each one of them, and a final essay which is worth 150 points. It has 7 quizzes, 30 points each one of them, 210 points for total, and then the important labs. There's 14 labs that you guys have to complete, 20 points each one of them, and that's actually all the work you'll be doing for this course. And so the percentages of each one of them are in there for you guys to see. And then the most important part of this syllabus is your schedule. This schedule is actually also, you can, if you look at Canvas, and I'll show you where to look, it matches basically how quizzes, exams, and labs are actually scheduled on Canvas. But if you want to be certain of a due date, come to the syllabus. This is actually, I revised it, so everything in here should be accurate. This first week, which starts on the 23rd, the first day of this course, all I need you to do is just go ahead and, I know that many of you are getting the book now, or you need to wait a couple of days, and all of that is actually I understand all of that. So I don't have anything due that it is required for you to have the book right away. But if you do have the book, please go ahead and start reading chapter 1, scientific thinking. At the same time, as soon as you go over this syllabus and you read it and review it, please shoot me an email with with an acknowledgement that you have read the email and you have reviewed it, and that will serve as one of the mandatory assignments. Also important, there's an introduction discussion forum. If you guys go over here and you click discussion, the first one will be available on the first day. This is an introduction discussion forum. You actually need to complete it, and it's just introducing yourself to your classmates, and then go ahead and reply to 2 other classmates. I monitor those, and so we have several of those throughout the course. And then as soon as you get your access code, and I hope that you get it within this week, follow the instructions at the top of the syllabus to register for that access code, and then go into the virtual lab platform. In there, you have your first virtual lab. This virtual lab is just for you to get familiar with the way these virtual labs work. It's just like an introduction type of a lab assignment. It allows you to basically go back and go forward and just make sure that you understand how to operate, or how to work this lab in order to get the answer. One thing that it may not be clear, and I want to make clear, every lab has a quiz. So what you do is you do the lab, you complete the lab reports. It asks you questions, you answer the questions. Once you finish doing the lab, then you have to access the quiz, which will have multiple choice questions, basically asking you about what you did in the lab. And you can go back to the lab itself to answer those questions. So some questions will be just knowledge, some questions will be just a little bit of critical thinking, putting 2 and 2 together. But that lab needs to be done. Now, here's the thing with the labs. I know some of them are time consuming, so I will leave them open all the way until December 4th, I think. These are the suggested due dates for the labs. And trust me, if I was you, I would actually follow these dates because they can follow. But I know that they're time consuming. Some of them are quick. Some of them, they will take you a little bit of more time. And I want you guys to be successful. So rather than closing them on due dates, I'm going to leave them open. Also, I know some of you will have difficulties getting the access code and all of that. So just to alleviate any anxiety that might create, these labs will open on the dates as indicated on this schedule, but the due date, they will not close, they will stay open. However, there is a final definite due date of December 4th, I think. Here it is. And it says basically that all labs must be completed by this date. And so that's all 14 labs. After that, any lab that is not completed will be a 0. And let me go quickly and then go over quizzes and exams, and then I'll be done. So basically, you guys access your work for this course on modules, and you will see that, for example, this is the modules for this first week, and it tells you what you have. Basically, it has the PowerPoint presentation for the first chapter, and it gives you a couple of it tells you about the introductory lab. This is actually for next week. Once again, the PowerPoint presentation, quiz number 1. These quizzes, once you click into them, you have a whole week to complete them from the day that they're available to the day that they're due. You can actually print them if you want to, and you can actually go and try to find the answers in the book. I will tell you right now, these questions are comprehension questions, critical thinking questions. You have to put 2 and 2 together in order to find the answers for about 50 to 60% of the questions in these quizzes. Do make sure that once you answer those questions, you go back, you enter them, you submit them before the due date and time. The exams are a little bit different. Exams are actually 50 questions, and even though they're available for the whole week, once you click into an exam, you must complete it within 90 minutes. It will close after 90 minutes and it will self-submit. So my suggestion for these exams is that you study like if you were studying for an exam that you were going to take in a face-to-face class, with the exception that if you forget 1 or 2 questions or 1 or 2 concepts, you can quickly go ahead and look and try to answer the questions, but you will not have the time to answer all 50 questions. Students have tried it, they have not been successful, and I don't want you to and so what will happen is you will run out of time, and so the exam will self-submit incomplete. So do not attempt it. Just go ahead and study like if you were studying for any exam, and if you miss one or you forget one or couple things, then you'll be able to find them. But that is the exams. There are 4 of those. And then the last thing you will need to do for this course is an essay, and the instructions will open sometime in October. You know, here are October 24th. You will get the instructions and and the guidelines to write this essay and then submit them. But once again, this is a pretty easy course. It just basically is to develop your critical thinking skills. It's well organized, and I am always available if you guys need just have any questions. One thing, as I mentioned on the working course, I will actually update you with what's coming up next week, and I will give you an introduction to what you guys need or will be actually learning every Sunday. But you can email me at any time. I usually answer my emails within 24 hours, especially this first week. I know there's going to be a lot of questions, so please feel free to email me with any questions at any time. So once again, welcome to Biological Sciences. I am excited that you are my student. I will tell you, you chose a good professor. Like I mentioned on my work on video, I've been doing this for 21 years, so I'm gonna get you through it in a very easy way, an organized manner, and I will be emailing you this week. So email me if you have any questions. I will come back in the middle of the week with some more emails about more information from the course. Thank you and have a good week.